What's up, Instagram and YouTube and TikTok? I'm live, guys, on all of these platforms. Let me just get the comments kind of set up. But I'm here and ready to answer any and all real estate questions. Anything about becoming a real estate agent, scaling a real estate team, how to get your license, what to look for in a brokerage, how to do your first investment deal if you want to be an investor. All right. So you can ask me anything on the agent side, investor side. Just getting some comments typed into YouTube now. What's up, Roger? How are you? Welcome, welcome. By the way, guys, you can also follow me on the HYPERFAST Agent podcast, on Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm thinking about starting Twitch. So let me know if you guys have any experience on Twitch. And in the meantime, you do one of two things if you're on this live. Either ask me a question or share it with someone else. So if you're on YouTube, you can hit the share button. Instagram, you hit the little airplane down there. TikTok, you can either double tap on the screen or hit the share button. So get me some good real estate questions, or we'll make this a short live. Couple things on the news front on the real estate market. Last week, we saw the CPI come from 7.1 to 6.5. That's the consumer price index. So inflation was coming down. Interest rates reacted lower. Today, the wholesale prices came out. So this is like the actual prices of goods. So CPI, the first thing I mentioned, is based on what people are spending, based on surveys, right? So that like if you switch from steak to burgers, that's not included. But what came out today, the wholesale prices, it was a decrease. They were expecting 0.1%. They got 0.5. So stocks were lower. Yields on the bonds were a lot lower, like 16 basis points on the 10-year bond. So we're probably seeing 30-year rates based on that, get down into the mid fives, maybe even the low fives. So, expect that to come. So a couple questions here. Explain these phrases: recovery, expansion, hyper supply, and recession. Lots of good things there. So recovery obviously is when after the economy has gone through a slump and it starts to rebuild, then it's going to expand and you're going to get hyper supply, and then too much supply, you're going to get a recession. So good things to bring up. And, I'm not an economist, not an expert by any means. I do know that in most real estate markets, we're seeing an undersupply. We're seeing 2, maybe 3 months of inventory. New home permits, new home starts are all down. So we're not seeing examples of future supply coming in the housing market. We've seen 10 years of underbuilding. So builders have been underbuilding for 10, 11, 12 years, actually. So I don't think we're going to see hyper supply, but not sure if what you were getting at there, if you were kind of insinuating that. Roger, a team for wholesaling. Wholesaling is a great way to get started in real estate. It really comes down to you generating leads, right? You got to generate leads, people that want to sell and are motivated to sell at the right price. If they're motivated to sell but not the right price, that's a good listing lead for a real estate agent. If they want to sell at the right price, you as an investor can get that deal under contract and then sell it to another investor before it closes. We are doing in our office in Arlington, Virginia on February 1st, our first investor meetup of the year. So you can look up Grid Arlington on meetup.com. That's the name of the group, Grid Arlington. We usually get 30, 40, 50 people in the room. We are going to be bringing on a wholesaler and teaching you guys about wholesaling at that meetup on February 1st. So if you want to learn more about wholesaling, check out grid.com or meetup.com and go to Grid Arlington. Join the group, join that meetup. That's going to be great. We're going to talk about that as well as answer any and all investor questions. Another event to point out, February 6th, the HYPERFAST Summit, Delray Beach, Florida. We've got Tim and Julie Harris coming. It's going to be amazing. You guys don't want to miss out on that event. You can go to hyperfastgrowthsummit.com for tickets. It's also linked in my bio, of course, all that good stuff. So what other real estate questions do you have? I saw Justin Watson joining us here or tuning in at least on TikTok. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. As I was saying before, this wholesale price index came down 5 times more than expected. Biggest movement down in like 3 years. And God, the bond market is down 16 points on the 10-year. That's huge. Because for those of you who don't know, the 10-year Treasury bonds correlate a lot to the 30-year mortgage rate. My mortgage team, my lenders, as of like 3 or 4 days ago, were already quoting people in the 5.5, 5.75 range on 30-year money. My bet is that within a week we see 30-year money, 30-year mortgages down to 5.25. I think we get to high 4s by the end of the year, probably by mid-year. Don't hold me to that. It's just a prediction, but I think we're going to see 30-year mortgage money back down to under 5, which is a hell of a rate. All right. So it's going to really help out on the affordability for buyers. All right. Because that's been an issue. That's what's caused the market to stall. We haven't really seen too many price drops yet. I think we're going to see the first year-over-year price decrease. I think will hit in May, and that's right around the time I expect to see 30-year rates under 5. So, I think that's going to really stave off any major declines. We'll probably see 5% year-over-year declines in May, June, July, and then probably stabilization after that. So, what kind of real estate questions you guys have for me? Let me know in the comments here. We are live on all 3 platforms here: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Thinking about adding in. I'm thinking about adding in Twitch. So would love to hear what you guys think about Twitch. And I'm seeing here 30-year money went down about 15 points today, just exactly what that treasury is. The average is 6.04. So if you have good credit, your lenders, and you're in a decent market, you're not too high a price point, your lender's probably going to quote you 5.75, maybe 5.5 with a point origination fee. So what other real estate questions you guys have for me? If we don't get any in, this will be a short live. Let me see. Going once, going twice, 3 times. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Please make sure you're following on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, as well as the HyperFast Agent podcast. I'll see you next time.